Hi guys, and welcome to the Warhammer Lady. So today we'll be going through the troop choices of the Chaos Demons Codex. Before I begin, I'm going to tell you that all of the troop choices, they have gone on a lot in points, and all of them have leadership 7. So I'm not going to tell you again. Leadership 7, remember. Also, all of the troop choices except for Nurglings can have a unit upgrade that is a character. And this character, for all of them, the only difference is that he has +1 in attacks, and also the possibility to choose demonic rewards for 20 points from lesser or greater rewards. So I'm just going to tell you the names of the character upgrades when I go through them. But that's all you need to know, and let's get started. The Bloodletters. I'm now going to compare them in point costs for 10 models each. So for 10 models, they have gone down by 60 points. They have gained 5 in ballistic skill, they have lost 1 in toughness, and they've lost an attack. And they now have a 6+ save alongside their 5+ immovable save. They have a Hellblade, and Hellblades are no longer power swords. They have AP3, Strength of User, melee. Period. That's all they do. The Bloodletters have no unique special rules. And the unit upgrade is called the Blood Reaper. You can also add another 10 additional Bloodletters if you want to. And they can take an Instrument of Chaos or an Icon of Chaos. Not the same Bloodletter though. And the Icon of Chaos can be upgraded to the Banner of Blood. I will run through the icons and the instruments and the banners after I've gone through the troops. So just for now, I'm just going to tell you that they can have them, and I'll tell you about the effects later on. Okay? Anyway, that was it for the Bloodletters. Yes, they've changed, but they're still really good, cheap, close combat guys. Pink Horrors of Tsench, again for 10 models, have gone down 80 points. That's a lot of points. They've also gained 1 in weapon skill. That's the only thing that's changed about them really. Their unit upgrade is called the Irresident Horror. They have some special rules that are unique. For example, they have the Brotherhood of Sorcerers special rules, which makes the entire unit a Psycho of Mastery level 1. And they generate their powers from the Change discipline. And they also have a special rule called Magic Made Manifest. And this means that in a unit of 11 to 15 Pink Horrors, you generate 2 warp charges instead of 1. And for 16 to 20 Pink Horrors, you generate 3. Now remember that Discipline of Change has a Primaris power in which the number of attacks are dependent on the number of warp charges you spend on it. It's almost as if that Primaris power was written just for the Pink Horrors. Yes. Anyway, it's a good attack to have for the Pink Horrors. They could potentially have only 4 shooting attacks, would be horrible, but also potentially 24, which would be great. Also, they have a special rule called Blue Horrors, and I'm going to admit, when I first read the name, I was like, wee, I'm going to have Blue Horrors on the table. No. They explode though, which is kind of fun. When you're in close combat and a Pink Horror dies, you put a counter next to the unit of Pink Horrors, and at initiative step 1, the unit that you're in close combat with, and if you're with more than one, you choose a unit, they take a number of hits equal to the number of counters that you have of strength 2, no AP. Granted, it's kind of a bad hit, but it's fun. It could be good if you go up against toughness 3 guys, for example. Against Space Marine, absolutely not, but it's still fun, and I'm not going to cry when my Pink Horrors die because they explode in their face. I like it. It's a fun special power. Other than that, no more special rules. You can have 20 Pink Horrors in a group, of course, and they can take an Instrument of Chaos, another horror can take an Icon of Chaos, and it can be upgraded to a Blasted Standard. Plague Bearers have gone down by 60 points for 10 guys. They've gained +3 in ballistic skill and lost 1 in toughness. They have a demonic gift called Plague Sword. And we've been through this, but it's a Poison 4+, Strength of User weapon with a Touch of Rust special rule, which basically allows you to make a glancing hit on a vehicle on a 6+, unless it will be penetrating, of course. And yes, plague bearers have changed. They're not the same put in close combat with Terminators and hold them up for several turns. They're very good when it comes to holding objectives, taking the relic for example, since you can't run with it anyway. And they could potentially take down vehicles if they catch up with them. So yes, plague bearers have changed, they're still a very good unit. Also, of course, you can have 20 plague bearers in one unit, and their special character is called Plague Ridden. And they may take an instrument of chaos, an icon of chaos that can also be upgraded to a plague banner. Daemons of Slaanesh have gone down by 50 points for 10 guys. They have gained +1 weapon skill, +4 in ballistic skill, -1 initiative, and -1 attack. You can still have 20 guys in a unit. They have no unique special powers. Their inventory character that can be upgraded to is called Allures. They can take an instrument of chaos, an icon of chaos that can be upgraded to a rapturous standard. So Daemonettes are still very good in close combat. Last but not least are the Nurglings. They have gone up by a total of 6 points. Basically it's 2 points per base, so it's not much. They have, however, been updated a bit. +1 in weapon skill, +3 in ballistic skill, +1 in wounds, +1 initiative, and +1 attack. Nice, my Nurglings are now even better. And they are of course still swarms. They also have the infiltrate special rule, and you can have 6 additional Nurgling bases. Yeah, nothing much. This concludes the troop part, and we're now going to go into icons and instruments of chaos. First off, for an icon of chaos. When you determine the assault results, you can add 1 to your total if you have an icon in the unit in close combat, or if one of your unit has an icon of chaos. In addition to this, we go back to the original Deep Strike special rule that icons have always been great for. And now they're affected by the affiliation of your demons. So, if the unit that attempts to Deep Strike, still 6 inches as it was before, if you attempt to Deep Strike with demons of the same affiliation as the ones on the board with the icon, they do not scatter. If they are of different affiliations, they will scatter a d6 instead of 2 d6s. This could be great if you have one character, or if you have a really small unit that you want to Deep Strike close to your other unit. I would never in my life Deep Strike, for example, 20 pink horrors next to my plague bearers, because there's a big chance that I won't be able to place all of the pink horrors that close to the plague bearers without mishapping. So, but it could be potentially awesome. In either way, if you Deep Strike, if the unit you Deep Strike with or the unit with the icons are not entirely made up with units with the demon special rule, then the icon of chaos has no effect. Okay? Also, as I told you when I talked about the troops, the icons can be upgraded. And there are 4 different upgrades, of course, 1 for each god. First is the Banner of Blood. And all of these banners have a once per game effect. So for Banner of Blood, which is Khorne, you can choose to charge, and you have to declare it before you do it, of course. You can choose to charge 6 inches plus another d6 inches instead of the usual amount. Blaster Standard, this is for Tsench, and you have to declare this immediately before using a shooting attack, including Overwatch, or attempting to manifest a Witchfire psychic power. If you do use this Blaster Standard, the unit that would suffer the attack, the shooting attack, or whatever, they also suffer an additional 2d6 strength 4 hits. Plague Banner, guess whose? And the start of the fight subphase, you declare it, and then the entire unit has the poison 2+ on their melee weapons until the end of the phase. Very good. Last one, Rapture Standard, it's of course Slaanesh. You declare it at the start of the fight subphase, and all the models that are locked in close combat with this unit, with the icon, has a -d3 penalty to their weapon skill. And it could never be below 1. Also, models that have the Mark of Slaanesh and the Demon of Slaanesh special rule are immune to the effects of this standard. Okay, and it also lasts until the end of the phase. So these were the icons and their banner upgrades. For the Instrument of Chaos, if you have a unit with an instrument in reserves and they make a successful reserve roll, you may choose another unit as well, as long as that unit is entirely composed of demons, they are still in reserves, and they have not made a reserve roll yet. That unit now immediately deep strikes. No rolls made. This is awesome, guys. You have no idea how often I fail my reserve rolls. It is insane. The dice really hates me when it comes to that. So for me, this is awesome. In addition, if you have an instrument, they can affect results on the Warpstorm table. I won't go through them, but if you remember, I said when we went through the table that there are 4 different results, one for each god. And just as with this one, if you have a Demon of Corn with an instrument, then that instrument will affect the Corn attack of the Warpstorm table and vice versa. So that's basically how it works. So this was the video for troops and icons and instruments. I hope you liked it. Tomorrow I'll be back with a video about elites. So I hope you stay tuned, and bye bye.